listen,
we're keeping the riffraff out, not us in.
Right. I guess I should thank you.
You guess?
For back at the hospital, for saving my life.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't in the best shape.
How long had it been?
I don't know, a week maybe, 10 days probably.
Well, the germ does tend to scramble one's brains.
Oh, the germ, that's what you call it, huh? I like that. I like that a lot better than the slick. It's like, yeah, you get sweaty, but who gives a shit, you know? The vomit or the fucking moan, that's what they should have fucking called the disease, you know?
While you're here, and you can feel free to stay as long as you like, I won't ask so much. But as a religious man, I prefer if you tone down your language.
I'm sorry.
No need. You didn't know.
You're still religious after all this? I mean, I guess this could make a guy more religious.
Plagues are a common feature in the good book.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for saving my life. It's mighty Christian of you, or Jewish, or Muslim, you know, whatever you are.
You hit it right the first time. I worship our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Great. That's great. Hey, what, sorry.
Go ahead. I can do two things at once, sir.
Colonel. Everybody calls me Colonel.
Oh, and what branch of the armed forces did you serve?
No, it's just the nickname. I went as a soldier one year for Halloween, and do they have Halloween where you're from?
I'm familiar with the holiday.
Right, yeah. Well, anyway, kid just started calling me Colonel that night and just kind of stuck. But Jack Jones, if you need it for legal documents, I don't think that matters much anymore.
Well, coincidence abounds, Colonel Jack Jones. Jack Cruz.
That's nice to meet you, Jack. Two Jacks, huh? Hey, get us three ladies in here, we'll have a pretty good hand, right? No offense to your religious beliefs or whatnot. Hey, you mind me asking, why'd you pick me?
Why did I pick you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the other fella had a gun on me and I had a spike in my arm. You know, in a pinch, I'd probably take the guy who knows how to handle himself in a scuffle, not some junkie with the slick, the germ.
Well, you were just taking the medicine to fight off the germ, yes?
Sure.
And the other man, the man with the gun, he wanted to take all the medicine you had. I'll choose a man of peace, a man who wants to be left alone over a common thief any day.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did today. Although I think shooting him through the face might have been a little...
This is your share, Colonel. This is mine. You'll agree these are even piles. I haven't cheated you.
Yeah, for sure. You've been very generous.
Not generous, but fair. If we're to reside together, then that's completely up to you. My only demand is a fair house. Is that square with you?
Yeah, absolutely, Jack.
Good. There are several footlockers here. You can avail yourself to any of them.
Okay. Where do you keep yours?
Colonel, there are certain things I don't wish to
Oh,
share.
no, I'm sorry. I just thought that maybe I could keep mine in there with yours. You know, get on your schedule of fixing, keeping the sickness away. You seem like a solid guy, Cruz. I have a bad habit of losing things.
Well, if that's what you'd like.
I would. I really would.
Very well. I shall serve as apothecary.
I didn't know I was saved by a rich guy. You saving this for when the world gets back on its feet?
It makes an effective toilet paper.
I'll bet it does.
You called yourself a junkie before.
I'm not the first person to call me that.
Well, if it's for medicinal purposes, not recreational.
It can't be both.
You're an addict before the germ.
In recovery, I swear to Christ. I promise. I look, when the slick got me, I was knocking on death's door, you know, and I figured, go out with a smile, right? So I took the last little bit of stash I had hidden away, and I felt better, like 100% better. Getting the slick, it's like going cold turkey, isn't it?
Well, the symptoms of the virus are remarkably similar to the signs of opiate withdrawal. Having never gone through it myself, I had to study the disease to make these connections. Not a doctor, no, but do have some medical training.
Well, you're a lucky man, you know. When I got to Nevada State, I had to go through all that withdrawal bullshit. BS, I'm sorry. It was no fun.
This was university?
Nevada State Penitentiary.
You're a felon?
I was trying to sell some drugs so I could make a big score, and look, they gave me a few years, and I just got out a year or so ago, you know. Just in time to watch the world end. That's probably not what you wanted to hear from your new roommate, huh?
You hungry?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So, what do you do around here, Jack?
Study the virus, try to unlock its secrets, maybe even find a cure beyond this amelioration. On occasion, I go out and hunt for supplies.
Well, I'm glad you did today. You mind if I join you next time?
We'll see. Why don't you take a couple days, get acclimated to Stevens, before we start making any grand plans?
Place belonged to a friend of yours?
Excuse me?
The Stevens guy, did you know him?
Stevens Foods. You get a warehouse, Colonel.
Wow.
Make yourself at home, get some rest. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, sure thing, Cruz. How are things in the lab?
How about things?
Yeah, sure. Did you come up with a cure yet?
No. Medicine will just have to do for now.
I'm nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me?
You haven't come out of your lab in a couple days. I figure it's because of me.
No, I come out every day.
Well, I didn't see you yesterday.
Well, you were asleep when I came out. That was the first time. The second time I came out, I didn't see you either.
Oh, well, I was outside at that point, I guess. You know, getting some fresh air, or slightly less stale air anyway.
Well, I'm sorry the accommodations aren't up to your high standards, Colonel, but they suit my simple taste just fine.
No.
And I'm sorry I haven't had time to adjust to your schedule yet. But you prefer to sleep in the evenings when I choose to relax.
Look, man, I didn't mean to get you pissed off at me. Okay, all right, that word's on the list too, huh? I didn't mean to get you angry at me. I just, you know, I thought me being here, being a junkie, a former junkie, might have freaked you out a little bit. You know, we don't have the best reputation for good reason. And you didn't know that about me when you picked me up. Maybe if you had, it would have left me, but it's too late now. You know, I'm here, and I mean, having to use every few days to survive. I'm saying I'd be worried if I moved in with me.
So what do I do?
Yeah.
How do I have you live here without any consent?
If you're worried about a fight, you're not worried about a fight. You probably got all the muscles in the world, huh?
They're still weapons.
I don't like them. I don't even like my bread knife to be too sharp.
What if I don't believe you?
You could always carry something. Like a gun. You could carry a gun. Like, look, man, you want to give me random pat downs and all that? It's fine. I'm a peaceful guy.
You're an ex-con.
For selling drugs, though. Nothing violent.
Incarceration changes a man, from what I hear.
Well, yeah, I mean, it taught me to knock off the drugs so I never have to go back to that shithole ever again. I'm sorry, a crap hole or feces hole, whatever. Look, I could go. Okay, if you're not happy having me here, I totally understand it. I could just take my half of the stash that's mine. I'd be out of your life forever. I'd like to stay, though, if you'll have me. So I think being alone makes you do crazy things. Having someone else around, I don't know, reminds you that you're human.
You believe that to be true?
I've seen it. Guys come out of solitary, they're not the same. As loud and as awful as prison was, I never wanted to be alone.
And you'd be willing to help me with my work?
Finding a cure? Yeah, absolutely.
Now, this may involve tedious tasks like searching for abandoned buildings for lists of ingredients. Could take days just to find one tincture.
I'm pretty sure I could clear my schedule for that.
Do you know the story of Cain and Abel, Colonel?
Brothers who didn't get along? That's not something you have to worry about.
I'm not trying to express something metaphorically. I'm talking about the actual story from the Holy Scripture.
One of them killed the other one? That's about all I know.
Cain slew Abel out of jealousy. Abel kept the flocks. Cain tended the fields. Abel had to fight off the wolves that came after his sheep. Cain had to plant lentils. Between the two of us, which seems more like the wolf fighter? Which seems more like the lentil planter? And yet, Cain rose up and slew Abel. Sometimes, muscles don't mean a thing. I believe one of your presidents said, trust, but verify. Those will be my watchwords. I'll need some supplies for my research. You'll go hunt for them tomorrow?
Whatever you need, Jack. I'm your guy.
I'll make a list. Colonel!
Ah, he started without me.
What I need, I take it. I try to avoid the ritual for fear I might become addicted to the regularity of it.
That's not what I was addicted to.
What did you find?
What did I find? What you asked me to find?
I'm not my best self at the moment. Remind me.
Test tubes and dope.
Ah yes, the two great tastes that taste great together.
You really are fucked up, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna let that one go. So, yes, probably.
I'll have to remember that.
How much did you get?
You think I could join you there, Cruz?
Prefer if you answered my question first.
Okay. I got a pretty good haul, you know. Retirement home had a lot of dope. A lot more than I thought they would. I went to this physical therapy place, too.
Is that why you're late?
Am I on a schedule here?
I am. And when I'm depending upon you for supplies, and you are too. If you'd have followed my instructions, I was expecting you back an hour ago. That's why I gave you instructions, for you to follow them. This explains why I was mistaken.
I guess.
The physical therapy business. They had no drugs, No test tubes.
I didn't see any.
I wasn't asking you. I was telling you. They don't do science there. They just do stretching. Or at least, they did do stretching. Now sit down. Be careful where you put the test tubes.
All right.
Are you a religious man, Cal?
I'll pray to whatever I need to make sure I survive.
That's not what I was asking. I wasn't looking for a glib answer.
Sorry.
So?
Well, my mom told me that talking about religion's the fastest way to ruin any relationship. She'd know, considering my dad divorced her once he found God and a bunch of other women at his new church.
So you and the Almighty don't have much of a relationship. That's understandable.
But, you know, whatever you need, Cruz, I don't judge.
Perhaps you haven't met the God that I serve yet.
I've heard the good news. I've heard it plenty.
That's Christ. God's a different beast. The Old Testament, God's half of the Bible, it's a book of survival tactics. God keeps throwing invading armies and natural disasters at people, seeing who survives. He makes nations out of the winners.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
We're survivors, you and I. We figured out how to live through this.
And not me, you know, I just lucked into it. My bad habits helped me out.
You're right. You were spared by the mercy of the Almighty. But me, I didn't take this poison into my veins before His wrath. I saw people getting sick. I even felt a sniffle or two myself, but I knew it wasn't the flu or anything as simple as that. Plague. Recognizable plague. Took the tiniest little bit, injected it between my toes, as far away from my heart as I could. And the next day, clean as a whistle. As clean as a holy saint. I figured it out. God willed me to survive. And I did. Perhaps I'll make a great nation out of me. I'll be working with chemicals soon.
All right.
Volatile chemicals. There's no cure without them.
Yeah, look, I'll be careful with whatever you need me to get.
You misunderstand me, I see.
Well, maybe if you were a little clearer.
Maybe if you would let me finish a thought instead of jumping in with one of your own. These chemicals are extremely volatile. They're sensitive to changes in air pressure, temperature, what have you. If I'm in my lab, as makeshift as it is, I can't have you just breaking open the door to tell me every little thing. I'll need my privacy. I trust you won't take that as a personal slight.
Look, I'll knock before...
You can knock all you like. I'm installing a lock. I'll control when the door is open and when it's closed. Are we clear?
Crystal.
Good. Enjoy your medicine.
Cruz! Cruz, I'm back! Hey, I'm not late, am I?
On the contrary, I wasn't expecting you for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I used to run track back in high school. Now there's like a whole lot of places to run without getting bothered. Kind of want to get back in a running shape.
Listen, the chemicals are having...
Sorry.
Let me go. I would rather you not run with them, for fear they may break, mix, degrade, explode.
Anything else?
I think I've made myself clear. Let's see what's salvageable.
It's all good, right? See, I figured you were going to say that about running with them, so I ran there and I walked back.
These were good decisions. I salute you, Gil.
You can't be the brains and the bronze. I gotta, contribute something.
The legs, perhaps. Thank you for these.
How's it work, the cure?
I haven't come up with it yet.
But when you do, I have faith in you.
Do you understand how the opioid receptors in the brain work?
Not fully.
The use of buprenorphine as an epsilon antagonist.
Oh, right, that. Yeah, no, totally, yeah. They teach that in 2nd grade here.
Listen, there are hardly a dearth of books here, Colonel. You could pick one up and read it once in a while, instead of wasting your time with that handheld video game that sucks down every battery you squirrel away.
You just dumb it down a little bit.
You've dug holes in the sand at the beach. That's not beyond your experience, is it?
Yeah, sure, I've done that.
And what happens to the holes?
Tide comes in and fills them up with water.
And what if you had concrete to put into those holes?
Then there'd be holes full of concrete.
No water would get in.
So the slick is the water?
And the receptors are the holes. You see, we've been using drugs to fill the holes, but drugs aren't concrete. They get washed away. I'm trying to create concrete.
That makes sense.
Well, good, but it's 100 times more complicated than that.
Well, sorry you have to keep explaining things, you stupid pack horse.
Ah. You're feeling less than appreciated.
It's not that.
Listen, Colonel, I value the time it saves me for you to collect this.
Cruz, I know that you could do this by yourself, okay? You've made it clear that you're multi-talented. All I'm saving you is time.
Well, that's a crude way of putting it.
Yeah, but it's time that you will have when you find a cure. Look, I'm not asking for thank you notes here, just a little guidance beyond go get this and go get that. That'd be appreciated.
Guidance, how?
I don't know, Jane Eyre from Air Bud. You know, a reading list would be nice.
You'd like that?
Yeah, sure, so I don't waste my time reading a bunch of books I don't need to read.
Well, time spent reading a book is never wasted time.
Oh yeah? Well, I found a bunch of books about maximizing earnings in the stock market the other day. Should I have brought those to you?
Fair point. I'll get to drawing up that reading list tonight.
Thank you. Am I as demanding as your previous assistant?
Excuse me?
When I first got here, I found a pair of women's, unless those are yours, in which case we can stop having this conversation right now.
No, they were Laura's.
Laura was your girlfriend or assistant or both?
None of the above. She was a refugee from the sickness, much like you, though not as dedicated to finding a cure. She mainly wanted to lament about her family that had succumbed. This was in the early days of the plague.
She didn't want to take the medicine?
No, she... Oh, you think she's dead?
Well, she's not here, so...
Well, she may be dead. I don't know. She took off one morning before I woke. She'd been threatening to go back wherever she was from and bury her infant child. I assume she did that, didn't desire to return.
I'm sorry.
Well, we must all take the paths we think are best and hope they're the one the Almighty desires for us.
Amen. Sure.
Thank you for these, Colonel. I'll get to drawing up that reading list right now.
Hey, Cruz. Hey, why's the door unlocked?
Hey.
Hi. Oh.
Nurse.
I
gotta get up.
Wait, hold on. One second. Hey,
Nurse.
this student is awake.
I get it.
He thinks he's in a hospital or something because he keeps calling
Nurse.
for a nurse.
Thank you, Colonel.
Who is he?
Give him a minute. I do? Yes, I'll be helping them.
Nurse!
The nurse will only come if you stop yelling. As I was saying, I'll be helping them.
I could hold it. I'm not good at sticking to anybody but myself.
You want to check in history?
Maybe a couple times in a pinch.
Well, this is it, Colonel. I'm stronger than you. I hold him down, he'll stay down. If you hold him down, he'll let a syringe out of my hand. Or into your eye.
Fine, okay, fine.
Doc, I'm sorry. I went a little wild there. I'm not used to being strapped down like this. I get a little claustrophobic and...
Stop talking!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Anytime, Colonel. The whole syringe, please. He's in a state. Thank you. You have questions?
Yeah, a few.
Macy is his name. Jack Macy.
3 Jacks.
Bring in a couple ladies and we'll have a full house. That was your joke, if you recall. Came in this morning.
This was today?
Yes, what do you think, I have him hidden somewhere?
Well, I don't know what you have in your lab.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the dozen people I have back there. My apologies, but I don't like to invite you to our parties. Like I said, he came in this morning. He'd have left 30 minutes later. You would have seen him. Maybe he would have liked you better than he liked me.
How bad was he?
He was very sick. 4, maybe 5 days without the medicines. Came in waving a gun at me.
Wait. How'd he get in?
Excuse me?
You didn't lock the door when I left? You just walked in?
I've been thinking about that lately. Perhaps Stevens should become a sanctuary. Tried explaining that to Mr. Macy, but he didn't believe me. Didn't believe me when I told him he could stay here, that he could share in our stash.
Well, I'm impressed you were able to talk him down.
I wasn't. Luckily, he was so sick that he couldn't hold his gun while he was coughing. Took the opportunity I could and subdued him. He's been sleeping off the half dose I gave him. Wanted to make sure that his constitution was strong enough to handle the power of the medicine.
When do you think we can let him up?
Time will tell. I'm fine, by the way. In case that was your next question, though. Somehow I'm doubtful it was.
It was a compliment, JC. I assume you can handle yourself with what you're packing.
Sadly, I was unarmed when Mr. Macy arrived. I thought it was you, that you'd forgotten something, so I didn't feel the need to protect myself.
Oh. Well, I am glad that you are okay.
Well, I hope he recovers as well. We are in the touchiest phase of the disease.
Yeah, sure. You know, more people's always good. Would have been nice if a woman had wandered in here, but...
Talk about the future of our species here, Colonel.
You know something about making babies, I don't?
Listen, the cure I'm trying to make is extremely good.
Why do you need him for the cure?
Well, I have to test it on someone. I don't think injecting it into my own veins is the smartest idea.
Well, yeah, but if it's a cure, then...
If I get the formula right, it's not as if there's a ding, balloons drop from the ceiling. I have to test it.
You can try it out on me.
All right, I assume you're prepared for how a possible test will progress. Yeah. You're prepared to be off the medicine for a week to 10 days.
I'm sure I could.
I'm sure you're also prepared for the possibility of me having to let you die. Sometimes we only know what went wrong through an autopsy.
We don't necessarily have to let him die, though, right?
It depends on how the possible cure progresses. Listen, I don't want to lose any test subjects either, what with us studying so few of them. But if it's close, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All right?
You can just tell me things, you know. If you can trust me enough to face me without a gun, then you can trust me enough to tell me things.
You're right. I'm a solitary person by nature, but obviously I don't have that luxury anymore. My apologies, Colonel.
Hey, you're in luck. Found a can of pears on a pallet out in the back there.
Good hunting.
Yeah, I never really acquired a taste for them myself. I always felt like pears. I always felt like they were like the apple's deformed big brother.
I think there's some saying about beggars and choosers. You're wrong. These are delicious things. Medicine tonight?
Tomorrow. You feel like you need it tonight?
Well, I feel like I need it all the time, but it ain't a slick-based need. It's just a regular old junkie need, I reckon. You tried that stuff before all this came down?
Once or twice. You?
Oh, yeah. I used to work construction. You ever work construction?
No, I've never worked
It's good work, a decent living, but if you take the wrong step, oh, buddy, that's it for you. And that's what I did. Zigged when I should have zagged and went ass over tea kettle from the second floor to the first without even a staircase between. I broke my leg.
Shit.
Well, it don't feel great, but the good doctor, he gave me a morphine prescription. Morphine. Can you believe it? I thought that stuff was too dangerous, but they still use it. Or they used to. Anyway, the doc gave me way too much, but who am I to argue with a medical professional? In no time, I got me the army disease. You ever heard of that in the service?
Oh, no, I actually wasn't
Cast
in the
comes
service.
off. Leg feels great, but you know what feels even better? Popping those pills every day. Boy, did they make everything smooth. Not my life. My life was a fuck up. Ruined my marriage. Thank God we didn't have kids to ruin their lives too. And when the whole world went shithouse, I was fine for a while. But my small town don't got a whole lot of dope, and it got harder and harder for me to search the outlying areas. I was pretty messed up in the end. I can't really remember what I did. I know I was following those signs though. That must have been what got me here.
What signs?
The goddamn
You should watch that.
Watch what?
Cruz doesn't like swearing.
Is that why I'm still in these straps? If it takes a clean mouth to get me free, then I'll be a fucking choir boy.
Cruz just wants to make sure that you're not dangerous.
Can't you vouch for me? Or can't you take them off yourself? Maybe tomorrow then.
Look, what signs did you see?
It was a half circle with two different sized legs.
Hold on. Like this?
Now close off the circle.
Like that?
That's your guy. I saw it on a bunch of signs getting closer, and on the highway exit announcing this place, I took those signs as a sign. Glad I did.
It's weird.
Old Cruz. He's working on the virus.
He's trying to find a cure.
And you're working for him?
Well, he needs stuff from time to time. We thought it'd be better for him to stay here in the lab. And
for you to do the grunt work.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
You do what you can to survive, but remember, just because that man's got a fancy accent and a lot of smarts, don't give him the right to bull. Buffalo you.
He's not doing that. We have an understanding.
You're right. Don't let me stick my nose in it. You do what you need to do, but if you wouldn't mind putting in a good word for me about these, I'd appreciate it.
I'll do what I can.
Couldn't ask for anything more.
All right, last pair in the can.
Why don't you have it? Maybe you've acquired a taste for them since last time. I guess some things don't change. Oh, you're so good. Are you sure this is canned food? Make it taste fresh, Jack.
Spices. That's the key. Men used to fight wars over them, travel thousands of miles by ship, just so their food would taste a little bit better. There has to be something.
I'd say it's worth it. My wife Emily, God rest her, she was afraid of putting salt on anything. She used to watch those news programs where they tell you, what's in your kitchen cabinet might be killing you. Tune in at 6. And she'd tell me, Jack, I bet it's salt. And she'd start dumping it out. Didn't even tune in at 6 to find out if she was right. I had to start hoarding that stuff like it was cocaine, keeping it out of Emily's sight and using it on everything she cooked.
Fascinating. How are your jogs these days?
I could do 10 miles easy. Why?
There's a part that I need. Material to fix one of the, well, it's all very complicated, but the only place I can imagine it being is a specialty hardware store out in the Willywigs. Maybe
You
30
can
miles.
take a car.
Excuse me? The weather has made most of the cars around here unusable, Mr. Macy. Plus the roads are clogged and dangerous. Feel better for Colonel's safety were he to jog.
Well, I wouldn't jog. You know, I mean, I'm sure I could go there in the morning and camp out in the store overnight, bring everything back the next day, if that's all right with you.
I'm in no hurry. In fact, I may be able to fix it myself. I'll let you know if you need to make the trip.
All right.
I could take a look at it, you know.
Oh, yeah?
I worked construction. They'd bring me in for art on occasion, so I've got some experience.
Do you have much experience with electron microscopes, Mr. Macy?
Afraid there wasn't much call for that.
Oh, well.
I would like to help, though. Now that you're sure I'm not dangerous, and I'm not blaming you for that. I was dangerous. You was right to keep me strapped down until you was sure. It's what I would have done, but now that I'm up and around, I could help. I should help.
Well, I think
I could go out with the colonel here, keep him company on his trips, help him carry more shit. Stuff. Sorry. I'm grateful to you, Jack, for taking me in when I was such a mess, when this thing got my head all crazy. You could have kicked me out, left me to die like a dog in the street, and who would have blamed you? I want to repay that kindness by helping you out, making this place as nice as possible so you can keep doing the damned important work that you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Macy.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to use the facilities. Spices sure can get your stomach going.
I owe you an apology, Colonel.
Not sure what you mean.
Having to sit out here every day and listen to him while I'm in a soundproof room. He's always going like that.
Jack's chatty, but he's not. He's a good guy. We get along.
Well, I couldn't stand it. Hear that yammering in my ear every day.
Well, it's a good thing that he's out here and you're in there then.
Well, you're always this agreeable of a chap when you're a junkie, Colonel.
I guess. I don't think I really gave it a thought.
I've always seen addicts portrayed as wholly selfish, unrepentant, unwilling to even move down a trail unless a pile of narcotics set at the end of said trail.
Yeah, I was like that too. Did you get thrown in jail though? A bunch of guys who all want the same thing and can't get it? You know, who you really are comes back out. Times like that, I'd rather be peaceful and left alone.
Go along to get along. That's what my mother used to say. Or perhaps she still says it. Perhaps she found her own stash of opiates and is living a fulfilled existence on the other side of the Pacific.
My mom used to say that too.
And you subscribe to it, I see.
If people leave me alone, don't bother me and mine, I figure it's just easier to keep my mouth shut.
I never liked that. I was never one for just going along. I'd rather not have someone else decide where we go. I prefer to blaze my own trail.
Yeah, that does not surprise me, JC.
Well, it served me well, don't you think? I mean, here I am, God's chosen man. tasked with saving the few the Almighty hasn't decided to wipe out the flick of his wrist.
Yeah, and I am glad to be holed up in here with God's #1 guy.
The cure's been fashioned, by the way.
Whoa, excuse me?
The cure for the slick? I've come up with it, I think.
You're being serious now?
Well, one can never be too sure until one tries it out on a test subject, but I have high hopes. Under the microscope, I can see the virus being destroyed by the proteins of synthesis.
This is amazing news, man. Why are we celebrating?
A celebration would be premature, Colonel. Let me finish it up, and then we'll test it out. Fingers crossed.
Hey, think we can cure the world? The celebration could include a marathon? I'm not saying anything, but I'm pretty sure I could win. You know, there's really a whole lot of competition left anymore. JC, you okay?
No!
Was it Macy? Did he go off the deep end?
Oh, it's not fair, Colonel. It's just not fair.
What's wrong? What happened to Jack?
He's dead, Colonel.
Wait, he's dead? Wait, how?
He was.
I leave yesterday and he's fine. I come back today. This is fucking crazy.
Do you want me to tell you? You just want to stand there and curse at me. I was mistaken. The kid, it doesn't work.
Wait. You gave him the cure and he up and died? What do you have, 2 bottles, cure and poison, and you mixed them up?
He didn't up and die. I gave him the cure 4 days ago.
No, you didn't. We all took our medicine 4 days ago.
No, you took the medicine, Colonel. While you were indisposed, Mr. Macy and I discussed it. He decided to take the cure instead.
He didn't say anything to me.
I asked him not to.
Why would you do that?
I didn't want there to be observer bias in him. I was looking for changes in his appearance, his behaviour, good or bad. If the cure mirrored the response to the medicine, then it was working.
Except it wasn't if he's dead.
It's not fair. It's just his...
Alright. What happened?
Are you a virologist? Because I don't think my explanation...
I don't think that I'm too dumb to understand how somebody died.
He was fine until last night. He started screaming for me. For anyone, really. For me, for you, for his dead wife, his dead child.
Yeah?
As best as I can surmise, what I've created only delays the onset of the disease. The cycle is 6 days instead of 4, which would be an improvement. When the virus comes back, it's 2 or 3 times more powerful. The dormancy phase just lets it build up strength. I gave Mr. Macy some medicine, but his body was too weak, and he...
You kicked the bucket.
I would expect a little more sympathy from all the death we've seen.
Yeah? Well. Why'd you send me out, Cruz?
To get popped for the microscope.
No, I'm asking you, why did you send me out for 2 days when things were so touch and go here for a little while? Shouldn't you have an extra pair of hands for a time like that?
And what would you have done to Mr. Macy that I couldn't have done?
And shouldn't you have a working microscope before you give out a cure? You know, just to make sure that what you're giving out actually works?
Listen, I'm already beating myself up about this, so if you want to pile on, then feel free. But you seem to be implying something other than just incompetence.
Can I see him?
You want to see the body?
I want to see him.
He's on a pallet in the shipping bay.
It's not in your lab? You're not going to do an autopsy?
I know what killed him. I know what I have to do next time.
You don't want to double check just to make sure?
You know what? If you want, you can do one using all the knowledge you gained from reading the great novels of the Western world. But when you're finished, believe Mr. Macy merits a proper funeral.
Fine.
We'll leave tomorrow. We'll inter him in a cemetery a few miles from here. I'll find an appropriate passage from Scripture. Listen, I know you're upset, Colonel. So am I. It's a bleak day indeed.
I'd like my dope.
We'll take our medicine tonight. It's best to stay unscheduled.
No. I'm saying that I would like to hold on to my stash, the entire half that's mine.
Ah, I see.
Is there a problem with that?
Not at all.
It is mine, isn't it?
The only reason I'm holding it is because you asked me to.
Oh, I changed my mind.
May I ask why?
I don't want to tax your brain with too much responsibility. I think you should just focus on trying to find a cure and not have to worry about taking care of some junkie stash.
It's no trouble.
It's even less trouble my way.
Fair enough. That was a fine service, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
I'm only a follower, not a minister, but I do believe Mr. Macy got a fine farewell. Better than most of the people taken by this wretched plague.
You say so, Cruz.
You enjoying the poem?
What are you asking me?
The reading list. It's works by...
Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah. Yeah, I like him a lot.
He invented the detective story, you know. The murders in the Rue Morgue.
That's not a detective story.
I think there are several literary professors that would disagree with you.
Well, there's not a whole lot of them left above ground, so...
So you don't think that it's a detective story?
There's a detective in it, but it's a story where when you find out who did it, nobody can be blamed. Not the monkey and not the monkey's owner.
No, it's an ape, I believe. An ape, not a monkey.
Either way, nobody can be brought to justice, so what's the point of having a detective at all?
Mysteries are meant to be solved, aren't they?
If they're puzzles, sure.
But if it's a crime, though, somebody should be punished.
Never thought of it like that. Boy, I am famished. Gonna get some lunch together. You interested?
Not right now.
Well, suit yourself.
Let me ask you something, Cruz. Do you recognize this?
It's Egyptian. The Amenta.
What does it mean?
The west bank of the Nile.
That's it?
As far as I know. Why?
Macy said that he saw it on a bunch of signs coming here. I think maybe I saw one or two myself, but I just thought it was graffiti, like Space Invader shit.
The language! Please!
I'll work on it.
It may mean something to some long-gone gang members, but it's just the Amenta to me.
It's weird.
Yep. Think about four in the golden arches will see him after just a few generations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the letter M will survive.
Right.
He was calling out for his family.
Mr. Macy?
Yeah.
For his wife.
And his child.
What's that?
That's what you said yesterday.
I don't believe so.
Pretty sure you did.
As far as I know, Mr. Macy had no children. Listen, we were both upset. Perhaps of such things, misunderstandings are often made.
Sure.
Would you like one?
What?
Going to get another bottle of water coming. Would you like me to get you one?
Sure.
All right. You know, if you're not thirsty,
If you want to get me a bottle of water, I'll drink it, okay? If you don't, I'll get one myself.
we should talk, Colonel.
Isn't that what we're doing?
About the future.
Talk about the future?
I think that would be good.
You say so, Cruz.
So as I was saying,
Careful with her leg, because it is broken.
her leg will be fine, Colonel.
Keep carrying her like that. Whoa, 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 maybe not the one where Jack was.
We don't have time to be arguing. She needs
We
treatment.
could have put her down in my bed by now.
Fine. At least it's me going along to get along.
I appreciate that.
She needs medicine.
She needs a doctor who knows how to set a leg.
I know how to set a leg, Colonel.
Oh, aren't you handy?
She needs medicine to fight off the Germans. Probably what caused her to crash the car.
I got this. Okay?
Listen, I don't mind. I'm more than happy. I have more than enough
You go
medicine.
back to finding a cure. I can handle this.
Fine. Before I go back to my research, I'll help you put her in restraints.
No, I don't think she needs that.
Well, I do. Better safe than sorry.
No, hold on.
Colonel, you would be wise to remove your hand.
I just don't think that she's any threat that needs to be strapped.
Colonel! You're probably right. She probably isn't a threat. But if she's restrained, I can guarantee that she's not a threat. I prefer a guarantee to a probably.
Doing this will only scare her and she won't trust us when she wakes
Listen,
up.
if you don't want to do this, then you can feel free to set a leg yourself. Do it right, or it's gangrene, amputation, and death for your new bunkmate. Or you can do the simple thing that I'm asking, and maybe she'll walk again.
Fine.
Let me know when she wakes up.
Hey, you're awake. My name's Jack.
Why am I tied down?
That is for your safety, miss. Please understand, okay?
Not really sure how tying me down is keeping me safe.
It's a little complicated.
Oh, why don't you explain it to me while you untie me?
We just need to make sure that you're not...
Untie me or stay away.
It's not what you think, okay? You're safe.
You're safe. I'm tied up.
Let me get this for you.
Thanks.
Must apologize, ma'am. The Colonel here feels the need to take certain precautions with our guests. He feels it's necessary for his protection.
That's okay.
Jack Cruz.
Gwen. Landers.
A pretty name for a pretty lady. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Landers.
Thanks.
Welcome to my home, Miss Landers. Is there anything I or my associate might fetch for you?
My things, they're in my car. It's a black Jeep.
Yes, we know your car. It is, I believe, the one wrapped around the far corner of our warehouse. Colonel?
Oh, I don't need anything. You could just go get her stuff, JC.
Right. Pardon me.
All right, look, I should explain.
Don't touch me.
I won't.
If you touch me, If you come too close, I'll bite off anything near me. Could be your ear, could be your nose, could be your dick. I don't care. If you get too close, I'll just start biting. You got it?
Loud and clear.
So you're both named Jack?
You could call me Colonel.
Are you in the military?
It's just a nickname.
Then I'll stick with Jack. You guys have drugs, I guess? Shit, you must if you survived this long.
Yeah, we do, but it's
but you're not willing to share? That's fucking ridiculous.
You shouldn't curse, okay? Cruz doesn't like it.
End of the world and he has a morals clause going on?
Those are his rules. It'd be smart to obey them.
What, are you scared of him? I thought you two were working together.
It's a marriage of convenience.
Sure, good cop, bad cop in your fucking rape warehouse.
Seriously, I wouldn't swear.
Is my car still working?
Not really. Neither is your leg.
Great. Just great.
Yeah, no, I know how you feel.
Oh, did you break your leg too?
No, when I first got here, I didn't know what I was getting into either.
Look how well that turned out for you.
I've retrieved the lady's things.
Thanks, JC.
Certainly. Miss Landis, there is a delicate matter I'm afraid we must discuss.
Gotta add a ladies' room now that I'm here.
No, it's your leg. I believe we should set it now, before it becomes too difficult to do so.
What'll that involve?
Excruciating pain for you, Miss Landis, I'm afraid, but I can guarantee it will prevent further pain in the future.
Well, you want to do that now? She just got here.
There's no time like the present.
Yeah, but I don't
Just
think...
do it!
Yeah?
I can handle the pain. You'll watch out for me. Help me as I get better.
We'll both play nurse for whatever you need.
Jack?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2. Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, it'd be nice to have some new company around, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the more reason to keep working on the cure.
Yeah, I guess.
Sure she'll be very happy to know that we're very close.
Are you very close?
Any day now. Just can't wait to test it out.
Did you still want to talk?
Did I? What now?
Before the crash, you said you wanted to talk about the future?
Oh, I think the future just crashed into Stevens. Don't you?
You want to try out that cure? I'll take it.
I think that since I'm the one making it, that's my decision. She looks like a sweet person. Problem, Kettle?
I'm just wondering when you're going to be done with the hot plate.
Oh, sorry, did you need to use it?
Yeah, when you're finished.
Ms. Landis, does your nurse always make you breakfast in bed?
When I ask nicely.
Well, you must ask nicely a lot.
So, are you done with it or what?
No, I'm making extra eggs for breakfast. I can make you some if you'd like. Nurse to the nurse.
Just let me know when you're done with it.
You could go get another one.
We have another hot plate here?
No, you could go out and get another one. I'm sure there's plenty of stores not 90 minutes walk from here where you could have your selection of hot plates, grills, and camping stoves.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely. I've seen them. You know, with the three of us here, I think we could use a little more equipment.
Well, maybe next week.
You know, I was under the impression that things I needed for the cure, you'd go and get for me.
Really? So I was under the impression that a cure was supposed to make you better, not dead.
So no more errands, then.
When Gwen is up and around, we'll think about it.
Huh. We'll think about it. I look forward to that. As I look forward to my new hot plate.
You know what? If you need a new hot plate so bad, why don't you just go out and get one yourself?
I'm content. See, I'm patient. God tells us that patience is a virtue. You know, on second thought, maybe I'll just save my eggs for later. Enjoy your cereal.
This oatmeal is delicious.
It is my specialty.
He really knows how to ruin a room, doesn't he?
Really doesn't help him, that's for sure.
Creepy Jesus.
Is that what you call him?
Not to his face.
That's a smart move, because he is a religious dude if you haven't noticed.
I've noticed he talks like he is.
Yeah, praying before meals and all that. I figured God lost sight of us a little while ago.
Yeah, right about when the whistling disease popped up.
Yeah. Hey, you think every place has a different nickname for this lake?
Let me just go on the internet and check that for you. Oh, wait.
Okay. All right. Let me actually cook that oatmeal.
Hold on.
What's up? Leg problems?
No more than usual. Tell me about him.
I have.
You told me how you two met and what he's working on.
Well, we haven't gotten to hopes and dreams quite yet. Haven't been here forever.
What if I wanted a new hot plate?
There's no need for a new hot plate.
Or scissors to cut that shaggy mane of yours. Or a Hostess snowball, still in its wrapper. You know, Twinkies are the cliche. I prefer snowballs.
Yeah, sure. Who doesn't like choking on coconut?
What if I wanted something we didn't have here?
Look, when you're feeling better, we can go get something together.
What if I wanted it right now, today?
Do you want it right now, today?
No.
Good.
What I want today is for you to tell me about him, the real story, and why you won't leave me alone here with him.
God, do you need to know, really? Isn't it enough that I just won't?
I need to know what to prepare for in case something happens to you.
Nothing is going to happen to me.
Better to be safe than sorry, right?
Well, what if you're both? I'm afraid of him, Cruz.
Did he threaten you?
No, he threatens me by threatening you.
What did he say about me?
Nothing, but it's just...
Isn't it possible that you guys have just been here together way too long, and you're like the two guys on the island in that cartoon that have started to see each other like the hamburger and the hot dog? What did he do?
He's a killer.
Do you have proof of that?
The guy that was in that bed, Macy, Cruz killed him.
You saw him do it?
No, he sent me out to get stuff, and I had to stay overnight, but when I came back the next morning, the guy was dead.
But creepy Jesus didn't confess.
Cruz says that he was giving Macy the cure that he was working on, and that Macy had a bad reaction to it.
Well, couldn't that be true?
I don't know, it could be. That's what's fucking with me.
You're terrified of him.
Well, you know he doesn't like cursing.
Well, fuck him. You and I are the majority now, right?
Yeah, but only one of us can walk.
For now. So why do you think he killed this Macy guy?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's just icy to me because I wouldn't be all that warm to somebody who thought I was a killer either.
Great, now he's in your head.
Yeah, or maybe he's just a fucking psycho.
Want to find out? Grab my bag.
You're not eating with your friend?
Lady needed a fix tonight. She'll fix with. Sorry, you go. I know you hate being interrupted. She'll fix with us the day after tomorrow too.
She's eating up your supply, Colonel.
Well, that's what happens when you get junkies together.
Miss Landers was already on the medicine then, before the gym.
Guess what got her started?
She had not yet seen the light of our Lord.
Maybe. But, more specifically, a car accident.
Well, that does seem to be her modus operandi.
Even in the apocalypse, women drivers, huh?
Well, she has taken quite a shine to you, I see. I'm fine with solitary work in the lab, but it must be nice for you to have some new companionship.
Yeah, it is, but you hit on the issue, Cruz. My supply is running low. I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor.
Hey, listen, Kendall, I've only allocated so much for myself.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not asking you for any of your stash. I'm saying that I need to go out and get some. But the lady gets pretty dehydrated after fixing, and I was wondering if you could leave the door to your lab open. If she calls out for me, just bring her some water. It wouldn't be too much to ask, right?
I think I can handle that.
All right, cool. And I'll give you half of what I find as a thank you, and as an apology for how I've been acting lately. It's been a tough few weeks.
For all of us, Kendall.
You need anything else while I'm out?
You really like her, don't you?
Well, I have a little crush. These circumstances were different, maybe.
Circumstances might be different sooner than you think. The cure could be right around the corner.
Fingers crossed.
Listen, Colonel. Understanding that I'm a religious man, I know you might be hesitant to pursue anything physical with Miss Landers. But we live in a society with a dearth of marriage licenses and ministers, so if the two of you agree to something, don't let me stand in the way of passion.
I appreciate that. So, we're good?
Go and get some medicine for you and your lady. We'll be fine here at Stevens.
Okay. Thanks, JC.
Miss Landers, your paramour has gone out to seek more medicine for you. He thinks you're taking too much, but I doubt he'll voice those concerns to you. We take it to fight off the germ, not to touch the face of a false god.
Why?
I'm sorry? I don't speak junkie.
Why?
Oh. Why didn't you say so?
Please. Please.
Oh, you can't reach it? Well, that's unfortunate. You want me to pour it in your mouth? Can't do that. It's too dangerous. You could drown, and then the Colonel will think I've done something to you to punish him, as if he's the only person in the world that matters.
Please.
Fine. Let me help. There. See? I'm your friend too.
Thanks.
Get some rest. The two of you think that I'm so stupid. Why are you afraid of me?
What? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm so stoned I can't see straight. You can keep pretending if you like. What is this? To prove to Colonel that I'm the monster that he thinks I am? I'm trying to make a cure for you people. This is how I'm treated. It's disgusting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just wanted water.
What's that in your hand there? Under the covers.
Nothing.
There's only one way to find out. Taser. Very nice. I suppose Colonel's gonna come running in here in about 30 seconds after hearing you scream. I mean, he never really left, did he? Great plan, guys.
What, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened?
He was just here, behind us.
I didn't mean to fall asleep. It's not that.
I'm fine. I'm fine, Colonel.
Did he say something to you?
He was jacking off.
What? Are you kidding me?
Not something I would make up.
No, of course not. Were you exposed, or... I'm not blaming you, Gwen.
No, I had the covers up to my neck. It's fucking freezing in here. I think...
What?
I think he was getting off on the idea of killing us. Like it was better than porn to him. Like it was porn to him.
Well, there's no way I'm sleeping now.
Yeah, me neither. You know what I miss? Shitty TV.
That's what you miss?
I didn't say it was the only thing I missed. I used to watch those cheap History Channel shows, you know, How did Stonehenge happen, or Mysteries of the Lost Pyramids. Shows that would just search for something but never find it. I'd fall asleep to this so often that I started recording them and using them as sleeping pills. I don't know, I just really wish I had one right now.
Yeah, sure. You know about the pyramids?
I'm sure something seeped in. Wanna rebuild Khufu? Khafra? Menkaure? Can't believe I remembered that.
Do you know this? The Amenta?
Yeah, the pyramids were tombs and they would use that.
Wait, so this means death?
Land of the dead, or the underworld.
We gotta get out of here.
He's not just gonna let us walk out.
Well, then we stop him because I'm not gonna wait here for him to kill one of us.
He'll kill me, not you.
He hates me.
Yeah, that's why he'll kill me. Hey. Colonel?
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
He's gotta sleep sometime.
I hope so.
So you're not gonna say anything?
Excuse me?
Oh, not you. Him.
What do you want me to say?
You could apologize, for starters.
I'm not gonna apologize to
3
him.
people left in this world and you still have your pride.
You know,
Ridiculous.
there are more than 3 people left in the
Listen,
world.
I have work to do. Not interested in big party bickering.
Fine, I'll say it. I'm sorry, Jack.
You are?
Yeah, he's paranoid and
Yeah, well, wouldn't you be paranoid too? You know, with everything that's been happening, wouldn't you be just a little uneasy?
I would check the facts, and if I had 2 good legs, I would do just that. Anyways, I'm sorry. You know, Colonel's paranoia just sort of seeped into my head, and I treated you badly. So, I apologize.
Thank you, Ms. Landis.
Gwen, please. So you're still not gonna say anything?
JC and I have an understanding.
That's just dumb man talk for you not wanting to admit you're wrong. The guy saved your life, Colonel.
No, I merely gave him a place to stay.
And where would he be if you hadn't done that? Dead. In a gutter with a needle in his arm. Just like I'd be dead in my Jeep. So maybe you could apologize and this place can be a lot less, I don't know, tense than it's been.
I'm sorry, Cruz.
That's not necessary.
No. Okay, she's right. Look, I was messed up about Macy. He was, I don't know, he was hope. When he didn't make it, I should have blamed the slick, not the guy trying to stop it. Okay, so I really am sorry.
Apology accepted, Colonel.
Okay, and I'm serious. If you need anything else for the cure, I'm on it. You know, you just make a list.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. All the muscles in the world, huh?
Perhaps, Colonel.
Are you hungry?
Excuse me?
Colonel found some cinnamon, and we're enjoying some very decadent oatmeal. I mean, I was gonna have seconds, but...
No, thank you. I'm content.
Come on, big strong guy like yourself. You sure?
Well, if it's no trouble.
No trouble at all. Garcon?
No trouble for the bedridden. Cruz.
I think we should get a cat.
Are you serious?
Well, they did survive the slip.
Are either of you allergic?
Allergies are a fiction. Used as an excuse for weak constitutions.
My constitution's pretty weak when bees are around. Cats are fine though.
What kind of cat?
I don't know. Black?
Not afraid of bad luck.
I think I can handle that at this point.
Yeah, that's mine.
Well, I didn't think Gwen was reading it.
Right.
This is a dirty book, Colonel.
Oh?
It was banned for being whatever they banned books for. Being too vulgar, too true.
Oh.
Do you find it that? Too vulgar, too true.
I'm not far enough in it to say.
Do you mind?
It's all yours.
Little help here?
I got it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that worked.
Yeah.
Wow, I was going to use that Mickey before you got here. Not that you ruined it or anything, but it happened.
Colonel?
Yeah.
Chair.
Right.
Go.
Hang on, I want to get a good position for your leg.
Tuck my leg, just get me in the chair.
Yeah, okay, fine. We are really doing this, aren't we?
Not there yet. In case he wakes up.
Right.
You got the gun?
No, it's not on him, I'm afraid.
Okay, well then it's in his lab. Go grab it.
Oh, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I can't get it, and we need it. Grab that and grab his drugs. It'll be your settlement in his divorce from Jack Cruz.
Fine, okay, fine, but you're coming with me. Sorry.
It's not gonna work.
All right. Just, I don't know, scream if you need anything, okay?
Hurry.
I found the gun!
Good. The drugs?
No, I don't see him. I don't know where he put him. And all the science shit's still in the boxes that I brought it to him in. He hasn't done shit!
Hey, Colonel? Colonel?
Cruz! Cruz, you want to kill somebody, you kill me, okay? You want to torture me till I lose it from the slick? You do that. Okay? You leave her out of this. She had no idea it was going to happen. Cruz. You don't want to talk? I got another deal for you. Huh? I found your stash. I mean, both stashes. The dope you never used and the shit you used to really get off. Wallets of dead people, obituaries, fingernail clippings. My God, I think there's a fucking ear in here. Ugh. Well, I got all your best stuff, okay? And I will trade it for her life. You don't give me Gwen, I take out one of those Bunsen burners that I brought you that you never use. I hook it up to that natural gas tank that's never been tapped, and I burn your fucking lab to the ground. You hear me? All your memories. All the fucked up books and souvenirs and videotapes of... How long have you been killing, Cruz? Huh? I mean, some of this goes back to when you're... when you were 12, right? Were you mad at the slick for taking all your future victims? Mad that it killed all the people that you wanted to kill? Macy and this Laura who left, and every other person unlucky enough to cross paths with you, you fucking monster! You say you run a fair house, okay? Well, I think that this is fair. I'll count to 5, and you give me Gwen. Or I'd burn your lab. And then I give you 10 minutes, and the whole place goes up. Huh? 5, 4, 3, 2... Cruz? Cruz? Answer me, Cruz! Answer me, Cruz! Don't... Go ahead. Actually, that's the most fucked up dream. Are you okay?
Good morning, honey. How did we sleep?
I gave it back to you, Colonel. Just like you asked. So, we still have a deal? No? Oh well. Back to the bargaining table, I guess.
Good morning, honey. How did we sleep? What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? No good morning kiss?
Bad choice.
Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Come on now. Can't have you sleeping on the floor. What would the lady of the house think? So give me the silent treatment, eh?
Why did you do it?
You two tried to kill me.
We just wanted to leave.
You could have left any time you wanted. I wasn't holding you here. It was all in your head. And then you did that. I had to do something. You know, it's funny. When I slit her throat, she broke wind. Just one slash. Talk about ruining a moment.
That's not what I'm talking about.
And I know you're upset that you didn't get to bed your young maiden fair, but you didn't miss much. Plus, a snatch could use a good shave.
How many geriatrics did you bed back at hospice?
You saw my files, my history.
I saw that somebody was crazy enough to give you a job working with the dying. They didn't know that was like giving a pedophile a job as a scout troop leader.
That was the best job I ever had. Still miss it sometimes. And you want to know how many...
How many old ladies did you fuck?
16. There. That answer all your questions?
Why'd you do it?
Have you not been paying attention? You two tried to kill me.
Asshole, I'm asking you why you didn't kill me.
Oh. Why didn't you say so? I'm not telling. Hey, okay, you beat it out of me. I haven't killed you because I can't figure out what the better punishment is. Killing you or letting you live.
Nice tat.
The Amenta? You know nothing of the Amenta.
Land of the dead.
It came to me in a dream from the Almighty. God awarded me my ensign, arranged my present survival, and all we see here.
Yeah. Well, God is doing a real bang-up fucking job.
Consider the chance that I would be inspired to adopt the ancient and prestigious Amenta, the land of the dead, and then become king of just such a place.
Oh, yeah? Did God put you on dope, too, to make you king?
I was only on narcotics for a month, just so I can learn what you addicts feel. Since then, I've been able to reproduce the effects with no drugs. That's my cure.
How'd you do it?
You think of the thing that invigorates you, that makes your life complete, makes your brain and body surge beyond anything you thought possible. You think only of that.
Yeah, well, for me, that is what dope was.
For me, it's death. Death is the ultimate will of the Almighty. An escape from this stupid illusion. An awakening to the grandest of realities, denied for us all these seasons of life. Did you see my whole history in there? I helped dozens of people into this beautiful process as a job. And then started killing openly, seeing if I'd get caught. But God steered me through. I'm his golden boy, the prophet of a new empire, a non-empire, a kingdom without a population, a world fit for him, the inventor of death.
If you love death so much, why don't you just fucking kill yourself?
And spoil all the fun? Why experience one death when I can revel in hundreds? I'll kill you, Colonel, someday, but not today. You should eat something.
I'm not hungry.
It's not how it works. I decide your death, not you. So eat something, or I'll bring the head back. But I won't just kiss it this time. Good boy.
So all that stuff you had me get, that was just for show? You had no intention of trying to find a cure?
Well, some of it was for show. No need for the test tubes. But you were helping with a very important project. You'll see about that later.
Oh yeah, I bet. When do I fix?
Excuse me?
It's been more than 4 days. When do I get more dope?
Who says that you do?
What did you do?
Good morning, sunshine.
What the fuck did you do?
How you feeling? You look great.
You let me die?
Yes, just like you asked.
You let the slick take over me, no drugs for like 10 days.
2 weeks, 14 days.
Then you let me die from it.
Thought that's what you wanted.
So is this hell? Because it sure as fuck isn't heaven.
I'll let you die. Then I plunged a needle in your arm and brought you back. Isn't life wonderful? Don't you appreciate it more now that you're back? You finally know what you've been missing.
You know, you could have just been a decent human being for once and let me die.
Sure. But where's the fun in that?
I was free.
Death. The grandest of realities. And now you get to experience it every 2 weeks. Aren't you lucky?
So that's your plan, huh?
No. That's God's plan. Well, I have to get back to it. Today's the first day of your 2-week life, Colonel. Enjoy it. Glad to have you back, Colonel.
Fuck him.
A mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing.
I'll be here with the flood of mortal ills prevailing. Sing along, Colonel. A mighty fortress.
I'm escaping, Cruz.
Not bloody likely.
This shows what you know.
Colonel! I can't let you do this, Colonel. Not like Laura.
Oh, that's how she did it, huh? I'll tell her you said hi.
Save your strength. Fuck that. Can't let you die, Colonel. There's too much work to do. Radio's not done yet.
What radio?
We have to bring more people here. Been building a transmitter. Come to Stevens, the message will say. To anyone with a ham radio or walkie-talkie, anything that can receive a signal. Come to Stevens. We have the cure. I want you to be here to help me welcome them.
I think you stopped the bleeding.
Hold it here. I'll get some gauze.
You know, I'm feeling better already. I read this book on the Dark Ages about how they used to go for bloodletting to cure diseases. I think a book called it bunk, but I think there might be something to it.
Can I trust you to hold it? You smell odd, Colonel.
Heinz 57, JC.
I don't understand.
I think those will work his last words.
Asshole.
Hello? Is anybody out there? Oh. Hello? Anybody? Hello? Come to Stevens. Come to Stevens. We have the cure. Look for the inventor to guide you. More information to come see you.
Woo!